Are we live? Are we live? Are we live?
Hello. Good evening, everybody.
How did you know we were live?
It comes up on my
Sons of bitches.
screen, girl.
Does it? It says it?
Yeah, gives me a notification.
Isn't he fucking special? Yeah, mine says it too. Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Yeah,
So he's right, and I will say good evening, Patriots.
it is the weekend for me. Thank you. I love the
That's
weekend.
right. It's his Friday night.
Yeah, doesn't really matter though.
You only have one. It's not a weekend because he has Sunday off. Then he has to go back to work
Pretty
Monday,
cool.
and then he has Tuesday off.
He's like, get a
Those
day
are
off.
his. I think it kind of sucks, except for the every month you have the 3-day weekend, which is excellent. So you got that going. All right, let's share, 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 share. Ooh, ooh, Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan.
Hey, John. We're gonna talk some shit. So if you want to
Oh,
watch,
yes, we're gonna talk some shit.
John,
She see everybody likes Vance, and that's fine. This is
don't.
one of the we'll probably play that later. I want Mama Helen to come on to watch it because I'm
Yeah,
proud of her for finding this and thinking of me.
Vance. I do not believe that Vance is a good guy. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, okay, hold on. Let's not jump ahead. The original Vance is not a good guy. The Vance that you see is an actor. And it's pretty much proven.
You know
Pretty
what
well.
did
I
you
mean, what we're going to watch today, I'm impressed with this guy. In fact, I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm not going to say it's proven because nothing can be really proven until they say it out of your. Are you have
correct?
your phone on?
Uh,
I'm going to hurt you,
yes,
brother.
I had the
Well, I'm gonna,
volume up, and it should not have been up.
it should not. Okay.
I don't know
Let's
where I
just
put that.
sharing, don't share. What? What now? So,
Nothing.
so in a sense, the conspiracists are right. They had a bad feeling about Vance being the vice presidential pick, but there's also more to it. And that was what, because I didn't, I had like a terrible feeling about this man, first of all. Then the history, and then a few other things, and the fact that he came out of nowhere. Okay.
Mhm. Who knows him?
I don't
I
know
didn't know.
how you become, how do you sell a book to Netflix, have Ron Howard uh, produce it or direct it, make 40 Netflix made $45 million off of some guy that nobody knows. All we know
And why did
now,
they do that?
yeah. And when did the movie come out?
Just
Really?
recently, right? Or did
Are
it
you
come out
sure?
later?
Check that. Please look that
No, I
up.
have no idea.
Yeah, look it up
I
for
really
me
don't. Let me find.
because
Let me
I
see.
am very curious when that movie came out.
Yeah, I don't.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ran. I
Jesus.
have to let the dog in. I know it, which is fine. It is fine. I will let you in, puppy.
Movie come out.
Come on. You can come in. Come, come, come.
Uh,
Zachary, come
July
here.
15th looks like.
Isn't that evil? I'm live too.
Looks like July 15th it came out of this month. So
So you're telling me within 3 weeks, and I couldn't find what he made. What did Vance make off of it? People are so, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
you
You're so
know
you're
that
lucky that he's an
mhm,
actor.
right,
You're
right.
lucky. Otherwise, you guys are just following whatever you think. You're following one man. That's stupid to begin with. I love Trump. I love MAGA.
Me too.
But if he told me to jump off a bridge,
I
how you
wouldn't.
would fucking do it. That's how I
I
feel
wouldn't.
about them. Of course you wouldn't, Joe. But that's how
Mm-mm.
I feel about people at this point. They got smacked in the face with Pence. You get smacked in the face with Pence. most of people didn't believe he was bad either. You know,
Right.
the conspiracists were saying shit about him after the first 3 months. I knew it was a different guy. I was like, whoa, that's not the same guy he had out on stage earlier, like 2 or 3 months ago. So I already knew something was fucked up. Now you're doing it again. Anyhow, we'll start
Well,
with
they
you.
have a thing where and they even have a couple of videos of them saying that the way they're going to do it so that they can keep their policies going is that they'll run as Republicans, and then as a Republican they'll vote for the Democrats, right? So that right there says to me that they grab this guy, and of course he's already indoctrinated because you heard he was a never Trumper in the beginning. So they made this movie and they pumped him up. They made him bigger than what he is, and then they put him. I don't know how they got Donald Trump to say, "Hey, he's going to be my." I don't understand that, but I don't think this is a real guy. I
Let's
think it's
let's
a real
keep that
guy.
to the end because I'm
Yeah,
waiting for a couple people to come on. We'll say hello to Matt. Hi,
yeah,
Jonathan. There's a couple other people in. Good evening. I know it's late.
yeah. It is.
Tomorrow, we are going to go live sometime because we still can't get shit down, can we? Tomorrow, we're going to go live and we are going to put out the number of the Zoom room so anybody can join in. Just be wary, be leery that we are live and whatever you say is not going to be able to be taken off unless YouTube literally takes us down. Although I
Mhm.
don't know, I think I could go back and edit stuff. I never really try to
Right.
because I really don't give a shit to. They're either going to take me down or not. And,
Yeah.
I've been ridiculed. I had my own. Okay, let me start with this and then you go, okay?
Okay.
I had my own admin, one of my admins, question me on something that I absolutely knew. And I told you guys yesterday, I don't come out, if I don't know it for sure, I'll be like, I am not 100% sure about this. But when I come out and say Nickelodeon means I don't care about God, believe me, I am right.
It does.
Because I'm not going to put that into your heads without me
Google
knowing
it.
the truth.
Hmm.
Yes. Now, this is the
Google it.
problem. This is what he did. Now, my admins are very intelligent, but unfortunately, not everybody speaks Latin or knows to actually cut it differently. It's not Nick as an Nick. Okay.
Hmm.
That's like Saint Nick. That's Turkish, by the way. Santa Claus is Turkish. He's not, he's Muslim, people. He's not Catholic. He's not Christian. That's another story for another time. I know I have so many of them, right? um, hey, Helen. Helen's on too. Great.
Hello, Helen.
Uh,
Matthew.
now where was I? I forgot.
Jonathan.
What?
Probably Jonathan's wife.
What?
Just saying hi to everybody.
Oh, Jonathan's wife, I thought you said.
Yeah, she might be watching with him. Who knows? Just take it like that and just move on. Go.
I don't know what the fuck you talking
Just move on, girl.
I
Just
asked you what the fuck I was talking about. Now I forgot. Because I said hello to
oh
Helen,
darn it.
and then you started this
We're
shit.
talking about
Oh, Helen, it's all your fault.
yeah. Helen came on, distracted us. Threw
It's
us
a
this way, threw us that way. Ah,
no. Well, I was going back and forth anyhow. I was talking
mhm.
about Vance, then we started talking about Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, yeah. That's what it was.
Latin is different. It's if you're going to put it into the Latin translation, it has to be NIC space. All
Hmm.
right. Because Dio is God. It's the same almost in Spanish. Uh, Adio mio or something. Yeah. Dio,
Adios.
Dio,
Adios mio is what we
Adio,
say.
Dio, Dio is in Spanish should be God, right? Am I wrong?
Yes. No, right.
Deo in Latin is God.
Hmm.
All right. So it's NIC space KLEO space DEO. The N is added because it's a network or a thing. It's not a person.
Right.
I think that's kind of a
Yeah, I
lack
get
of.
that. It
You
almost
got
got me.
somebody in
Almost
your
got me.
face.
Yeah, he almost got me.
People think these are lies. I will tell you, anything that you see memes, um, these shorts, they look like regular young men and women. They are military. Not people like me. There are people like me that come out and do it. We don't do it so well. We don't know how to do this well.
No,
We're
we
just
don't.
trying. But the people that you're watching, like my M, and he's like, stop watching TikTok. I don't own TikTok. I have
No.
never watched TikTok. I have watched, well, that's a lie. I've watched TikTok from other people. It doesn't matter to me. If I can find the information out in one or two other places, that's enough for me to have something to go on. Anyhow, let's start with you, Joe, again.
Well, I have something that's really odd.
He did, Helen.
Yeah, breaking news here. I don't know if any of you heard it, but we were, they made this plea deal to release these prisoners from Gitmo, correct? Well, it looks like the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin stepped in and and said, no, you will not let them go. So all of those people did not get let go. He revoked, everything's been revoked. They're not being let go. They still have to, uh, they're still on the death row thing. So they were put on death row, all these inmates down there in Gitmo. So I don't think any of them were released because it's
Joe, who did you tell me that they were giving? Didn't you say there were 9/11 people?
yeah, they were. The guy's name is Khalid Shaika Muhammad, Walid Muhammad Salih Mubarak bin Atash, and Mustafa Ahmed Adam Al Hawasawi. I hope those are, I butchered them, but those are the guys
I'm
those are
actually
the
really good
really
with
bad
names, but
guys that they
I
were
don't
going to
want to.
release that he said, no, you can't do that. So they're not listening to Joe Biden either. The army isn't, obviously. So there you go. I just wanted you guys to know that they're not releasing these bad people out into the public to murder and kill again.
Isn't
So
that wonderful to know?
yeah, they're not being let go. So that's a good thing, right? I think he did.
I don't even know what's real or fake anymore, so it's so hard to make any kind of fucking opinion.
It is. I
I have
know.
to read some stuff up on it, Joe. But I don't care to know about the real news much anymore. I just don't.
Well, they didn't let her
Anyhow,
go, that's for sure. And I guess everybody let that dude beat up that woman in the Olympics because he won. He won. A dude won everything. A dude has won everything. Has taken over the women's sports. It's
it's gonna
shameful.
piss a lot of people off.
It's
Couple of
very
things
shameful.
about the Olympics, okay? I've said it again and again. It has nothing to do with wokeism. Nothing. It's satanic. There are tons of symbols there. But
Yeah. He said
Nancy
he
even
worked
said it
real
today,
hard to
and I
beat those
think
girls up.
what? Yeah, I know, right? And I think
Mhm.
Helen sent me a video of it. There's a video of when the lights go out, right? They had a power outage. The only thing
Mhm.
that didn't go out is, do you know what? Do you know what the only thing that didn't go out is? The
Hmm.
church. The church lights stayed on.
Hmm.
Don't
How
tell
odd.
me we're not in good hands.
How
That
odd.
act in the Olympics it's just that. It was an
Mhm.
act.
Most
It was
ugly.
all the good guys. Well, who knows? They paid actors or whatever else, but they didn't know what the hell is going on, or they don't care, or whatever. They're just actors. Or they had a lot of military, a lot of whatever it is. They were there to help. And they showed you too. I mean, what are the chances that the power goes out over except for a church? I mean, come on.
Highly
People,
unlikely.
right. And
Yeah.
then you see this satanic show. Come on. Can't make this shit up no more. All right. Anyhow, what else, Joe? What else is in the news?
Oh, we have our border is they say that the border crossings are down over here. They're not down. They're just not counting them anymore. Nobody's down there looking. They're still coming across. They still come across fast. They're coming from everywhere. But I don't think they're Mexicans.
No?
I don't. I really don't. I think the people in Mexico actually have it pretty good right
You like the president they have?
now. I don't know. I don't really know about her. All I know is what my Mexican friends tell me, that it's always been a war between the cartels and the government, and the people were always stuck in the middle. So there's that.
Hmm.
Cartels have been in charge of the border.
Yeah, of course. But they do horrible, these people, these barbarians, these
It's bad.
cartels, these,
Well, look at all the kids that were coming across with these guys in the beginning. Where are the kids now? And nobody's asking where these children are. Where are they?
Hmm.
Oh, they shipped them around to all the different cities in America. Okay, where did they go from there? They were by themselves. So where are they now? You're going to tell me that they found a home for every single one of them children when they can't even find a home for all of ours.
Hmm.
So
That's a good point.
just,
That's a good point.
just, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense. Some things just don't make sense. And when they don't make sense, they're true.
Most likely they are not true. You got that
Yeah,
right.
I also think that I think everybody or all the other countries are getting fed up with all the migrants because they're just what what it seems that they're doing is they're taking these people and they're spreading them out all over the earth to make it even without knowing what they're doing. They're spreading humanity so that it's even. You know what I mean? Instead of so they're not conglomerated in one area. They're just hey, you guys got to spread out, spread out. You go over here, you go over here, and you guys go over there. You know what I mean? Because there's not where these people are coming from. There's not enough resources for them.
Who got
That's
hit by lightning, Helen?
somebody got hit by lightning. That's pretty much the last subject I had was
Well, it
that
wasn't,
the
we didn't come
boxer.
on to okay, so
Yeah,
I
so
agree with you
that
about
was
the
it.
whole, I'm sorry we didn't, the boxer is like, it's got to be to wake people up. That's the whole
Mm-hmm.
point. It's like, these women, do they either want, okay, Cheryl Cunning said it the best. She said that it's almost like legalizing the beating of women. If
It
you want to
is.
look at it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember who got struck by lightning. I don't remember when or where it stopped, but there
Mm-hmm.
was a time not long ago, probably in the 40s and 50s, that men were allowed to hit their wives. Are we going to go back to that? Men were allowed to hit wives. I'm not even sure if it was America in general, but in certain countries, um, with something, nope, they had it written this way. It cannot be bigger than your thumb, the width of a stick.
Mm-hmm.
So you can hit your wife with a stick the size of your
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that they're allowed to do it in their country. And since they came over here, they're allowed to do it here.
no, 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 that's not how it worked. I'm
It's
saying
the
that's
way
an old.
they'll let them. Hey, you know what? They'll let them go.
Well, where
After
was the
they do
guy
that,
from?
they'll
Where
let
was
him.
the boxer from?
I don't know. Look what his name
So
is.
why do you assume that it
The
was his
guy's
country?
The boxer. Well,
Oh, really? She says the organizer of the opening of the Olympics ceremony got hit by lightning.
oh
I
wow,
did not know that.
that's that should
Like
be a
Floyd,
sign.
like
Oh my
Floyd, right on the
gosh,
wall. His
yeah, that's not good.
well, let me tell you something. I mean that might
Is
be
God
fake because,
stepping
like I
in?
said, they're actors. So it's very possible that Harp, had a show on an act. It's all an act. I'm
Wow.
telling you, it's all an act. But that I love it. I love it, Mama Helen. What's his name?
Hmm. The name of that guy?
If you say you don't know and
I'm
not
looking
be
it up.
used to the fact
Yeah.
that you have Google right in your hands. Sorry. Um, that being said, I guess we can go back onto
L-Y.
Vance. Thomas Jolly? Police, his last name is Jolly? Police investigating hate speech targeting Olympics opening ceremony artist director. Why
Hmm.
would he have hate speech?
Well, I mean, yeah, look what you did
You
do.
know, Olympics are for the young people.
Mhm.
The young. You're not 40 and still in the Olympics. Maybe certain, I don't know, all the categories they have now, maybe, I don't know. But back in the day, it was for the young. Like they wanted me when I was like 9 to start out. And then
Mhm.
you're like 12 when you're doing the flips in front of everybody. It's like it's for the young. Why would you put on a show like that? A show that's demonic.
And very demonic, yeah. Yeah.
Was Thomas Jolly hit by lightning? Been struck by lightning on July 31st. A rumor arose on social media platforms that Thomas Jolly, the artist, was struck by lightning. It it seems like it might be fake, but who knows? It's not a big deal.
Hmm.
It's still Thomas Jolly. Well, man, you didn't make people jolly. You made them pissed.
Yeah, you made
And
him pretty
having a
mad.
man beat the crap out of a woman and give up her lifelong goal. How old was that boxing woman? She could have been a late teen, maybe. I don't know.
It doesn't even say how old she was up
It
there.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's
Why do
just
you
that
always
it was a
say that?
man. It was a man
No, I'm
boxing
not
a
talking
woman
about him. The woman, I said woman
that quit.
that
The one that,
practiced her whole life to just have to give
oh,
up because of a fucking man.
right, right. I get you.
I was so proud of my husband because he said, Mike Tyson, if you're too busy, I'll sure go and do it. I don't think my husband could fight a boxer these days. I don't think he ever could, but I'm sure he could get him into uncompromising positions still. He does know he does have some good old fashioned training. Let's move on to JD Vance. Let's get back to that.
Okay, let's get back to that.
It's, I want to listen to the rest of this. It's not very long, guys. Um, I've watched this guy before. I think his name is Paul Walker, right, Mama? Helen gave me this one, so um, and he found out some interesting, and he's a lot. I don't know, he's on my level, and he's brown hair, brown eyes. Who knows? Maybe that has something to do with it.
I'm not sure I have the energy for this one, and I'm not sure if you have the bandwidth,
You can
but
see it,
let's give
right?
it a try. This is Paul Walker, and he supposedly died 11 years ago in
Well,
a
he's
single
Paul
car,
Walker.
fiery car crash. But if you've seen any of my videos, you know I don't really believe what the mainstream tells us. So I started doing what I do, and I started digging. And one of the only movies I really know of Paul Walker in was from Varsity Blues. His name just happened to be Lance, which rhymes with Vance. And as I started to look at the familiarity of their faces, something started to click. I started thinking, well, what if we added a little darker hair here? And then we filled out his face a little bit. And then maybe we added some facial hair. And all of a sudden, it started to become pretty clear. Pretty clear that maybe that hunch was more than a hunch. So I started trying to dot those I's and cross those T's, and they kept lining up pretty well, in fact. But looking similar and having very symmetrical faces wasn't enough for me. So I kept looking, and I kept finding.
Wonder if this is Tyler Hansen. This man
You can
speaking.
always-
I wonder if he's an artist.
Maneuver some things and change eye colors, but it's pretty hard to change those mannerisms.
Health. Oh man.
And it's even harder to change those birthmarks. 1 and 2.
Telling you.
And let's go over here and see what one Mr. Vance has.
That's bizarre now.
Very similar 1 and 2. But as I was just getting to call it quits and pat myself on the back and say, job well done, Tyler, I think you got this one. A new horse entered the race.
Oh.
Because while I put some teasers out on this, I got a comment that struck a chord. A comment that said, no, Paul Walker isn't DJ Vance. He's actually Tim Ballard, the creator of A Sound of Freedom. And that resonated with me.
Oh,
because I've never
shit.
felt quite right about that movie.
Oh.
So while I always have an open mind to explore the fact that maybe I'm wrong, I decided to see maybe I'm wrong. And it started to become pretty clear that maybe I did make a mistake, because their facial symmetries are almost more of a match, and their hairlines were pretty identical. And Paul Walker sure was a handsome guy to turn into someone that looked like Mr. Vance. And again, the more I kept looking, the more I kept finding.
And money and things are going well, row can continue, but there's money and things are going well.
Paul Walker, Tim Ballard.
Oh,
Hard to
my
hide those
goodness.
mannerisms.
Well, row can. I might not. Going to come a time where I might not necessarily be able to fund it, and so to know that there's the outside interests that are coming in now, to know that there's a good chance that this is something
This is my favorite part coming up.
that could potentially be around well after I leave this planet. It's a good. I leave this planet.
And while I found the birthmarks on their hands to be a pretty good smoking gun, ones on the face might be even better.
Yeah.
Now what I also want you to do is check out those 2 dots right there. 2 dots
Yep.
and
Yep.
2 dots. And not only 2 dots horizontally, but 2 vertically. Well, let's see if those exist over here. Oh, look at that. What else can we find? Oh, 2 dots there. And because he's pale, they're a little fainter, but so
Yep,
final
yeah.
opinion? Well, I don't know. But this is what I think. I think if he can go from this to this, which makes a lot of sense.
He can go to
especially
Vance.
with some of the birthmark evidence, and I
And-
didn't even point out.
Vance has the beard covering everything. The only thing is Vance has these eyes that have like eyeliner. That's probably why I call him. I don't mean to call him a woman, because he's obviously a man, an actor, whatever, or whatever he is, right? But he has eyeliner looking eyes, and that freaks me out. I do not like that. I've seen it on a couple of men, and they just, I don't know. But the hands with the,
All the
I don't know.
dots.
Down here, but they're there. And that this is looking more like this lately. Then this, I think, is a pretty easy jump
to that.
to this.
He's got his beard
Call me
covered.
crazy. Call me whatever
Why
you
not?
want. I don't really care.
Look at the
I'm just
freaking,
here to
oh my
open up
God,
your
look at the,
minds to the fact that maybe the
Smile,
reality that you're presented isn't exactly what you think.
I've been trying to tell
Anyway,
them
this
that,
was
my
all for
friend.
entertainment purposes only.
Right.
I know that all three of these guys are completely separate individuals, and Paul Walker died in a fiery crash 11 years ago. God rest his soul. Entertainment only, people. Come on.
See, now, if this guy was an artist, he would
I'm
know,
not sure I've.
he would know to check the ear. Oh, baby kittens. What?
Yeah.
I should just keep that on the live.
All right.
The ears would tell.
Yeah.
But you can't see Vance's, you can't see his face. Maybe that, I mean, let me tell you something. You can't have a beard in the military. You can't have a beard when you're a cop. You can't have a beard on the fucking Yankees. When was the last, Abraham Lincoln may have been the last president to have a fucking beard, let alone a vice president? No, there's something totally wrong. He absolutely is an actor. There's something.
Well, like I said before, I believe we're watching a sting operation.
That's right. Helen, yeah, exactly. It's a sting operation. That's
That's
exactly how I get away with it, Helen. It's all satire. We all want, Obama dead. No,
This is all for entertainment purposes. That's all. We're just trying to entertain you, not.
the teeth are easy to fake. Teeth are
Mhm.
easy to fake. Excuse me. I'm just happy that there's someone that thinks the same way I'm thinking, and probably hundreds of other people. I know I got a lot of people upset, even close friends, that we and many conspiracists, I'm telling you, I've asked so many and they don't
Mhm.
think Vance is good. But there's a difference.
Mhm.
He might not have been good. Right? Just like Pence changed after the first 6 months, I forgot what it was. It was a few months after he was vice president. He changed. I don't know why people didn't notice this. Maybe they were doing it gradually, but he went from a regular looking kind of, retarded man to a very shiny, white haired retarded man. And this is the second bout. It's like, I don't know why they're doing this way. I just want people to understand that they are doing it. That's all I got to say. I'm done. I'm done.
That was a
Yeah,
good
I'm
movie.
gonna check
That was a
out
good
his.
little clip. I like
Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah.
You
Clip.
can't, there's
Interesting.
the mannerisms.
Food for thought.
Anybody that I've watched, I could probably duplicate, watched more than, because their mannerisms are so strong, So that's a hard thing to forget. Vince Fusca, for example, stands, and Helen would probably agree with me. I'm not sure about the walking, but the stands and some of his gestures are exactly like JFK Jr. Now, either he's trying to pull our legs or he really is. Mind you, he's in Pennsylvania, so close to New Jersey, so close to Trump over here. And he's pretty dark for being in Pennsylvania. I'm just saying. All right. Rumor has it that Trump may change his mind about Vance. Well, Helen, if he does that, then he absolutely put on an act to see how stupid people are for following him again. You don't follow not no one blindly.
Right.
No
Gotta know
one.
these.
That's the biggest lesson here.
Look who he pals around with.
Who?
Vance.
Who does he pal around with?
Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, but that was one picture, Joe. I
Yeah,
can't say that. I mean, Lindsey Graham isn't even in Ohio. Like he might have been just excited to see him, even though it was in a car and it's kind of weird. Believe me, I'm not happy about that. I've seen Alex Jones with Charlie Sheen, pictures of them together. And I'm like, how could you be a conspiracy theorist and take a cool picture with Charlie Sheen when we all know he's a fucking
Bad guy.
disgusting piece of shit? He's a disgusting piece of human shit. Anyhow, well, yay! We got that done today. I got it all out. I feel better. Let's all
Right
call
on.
these worthless actors a piece of shit. You know what? For the fuck of it, let me do one more thing. If I can find it really quick. If I
Okay.
can, I can. I think Dana sent it to me, and I was talking about it the other day. So, yes, I have a lot of friends, people. I have a lot of friends. Oh, that was interesting. That was about sovereignty. I get that was interesting. That's about getting vaccinated for babies. You don't, in public schools, you do not have to get your children vaccinated. There is um ways around it. And she explained that. This is it, a brain. Now I was saying this the other day. I think it's hilarious.
I used to believe everything I'd see on the news, but that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those living with moderate to severe stupidity have seen immediate improvement in common sense with a brain.
I thought the government had my best interests at heart, and then a friend told me about a brain.
Talk to your doctor about what news sources you obey. A brain may also lower your desire to take life-altering advice from celebrities.
Getting lectured about my carbon footprint from people with private jets used to make sense. But thanks to a brain, now I can think for myself every day. When my disregard for third-grade biology began to flare up, I knew it was time for a brain.
Do not try a brain if you're allergic to a brain. Common side effects may include accountability, discernment, homeschooling your kids, a better understanding of economics, awareness of the stupidity of socialism, and diarrhea.
For tethering yourself to reality, the only no-brainer is choosing a brain. Ask your doctor if a brain is right for you.
For more information, visit tryabrain.com.
I love those things.
That's funny.
I know. I thought because I was saying something about it the other day, and I just said, let me bring it up. All right. Hey Eric, what's
Hi,
up,
Eric.
my brother? Mama Helen also said, and I have said this before, he is a senator from Ohio who no one has really seen or heard of before. But
I say he's a plant.
people, Trump is trying to teach you to think for your fucking self, because that is what America is about. You're going to put a lawyer as vice president when every single American should know law. I said it to Nancy earlier today. I said, I hate it when the judge says you shouldn't represent yourself. You should really get a lawyer. Fuck you. Do you think you are? You think that because I didn't take law school that I can't represent myself? If I know the truth about shit, you better fucking listen. That's the way. Everybody should know civics. Nobody should have a hand up.
That's right.
Are you kidding me? Everybody should know law. And you know what? The law is not what the fucking judges say.
That's right.
Because
It's not.
law is just the
It's what the Constitution says.
That's all it is.
Mhm.
And there are about 300,000 sovereignty people out there.
Sorry.
300, and they take they do everything. I've seen them go up against judges and make the judges look like fools because they know the law better than the judge.
Right.
And they'll God, they can recite the Constitution. One day maybe I'll get up there, but unfortunately I married a retired homicide detective, so I'll never be off the off the grid. I was off the grid for a long time, but
Oh, she's totally off the grid.
Right, that was another thing. The what was his name? Hansen. He mentioned that the name was Lance. You changed it to one letter to Vance.
Right.
And then you have Pence, NCE, and then Mama Helen, who was in back of Trump when he for the assassination attempt.
Yeah.
But Vince, what are the fucking chances, people? Like, really? All right, I'm gonna have a heart attack if somebody don't fucking like understand what the hell we're trying to do here. They're trying so desperately to wake you up in the simplest of manners, excuse me. And it is working because there are millions like me, like Mama Helen, like Reb, like Joe. For all I know, Eric Tate is a conspiracy theorist, right, Eric? Just kidding. I know there's a lot of people in the group that are not, but I am going to make it very evident for people in the group. This is a conspiracy group.
Mhm.
We are still pro-Trump. I hope what Helen says about Vance being, Trump changing his mind about Vance is true
Me too.
because it really shows that it was an act to begin with.
Mhm.
That's
It
really all
will. It'll prove
exactly
it. It'll prove
it
it.
will.
Mhm.
You don't have those mannerisms, you don't have those similar looks, you don't have those freckles in the same places. If I ever saw a woman with I don't know if you could see, I got that beauty mark right here. If she looked similar to me and had that there, I'd be freaking out. Be my doppelganger.
Yeah.
Because it's very rare that it's in the same place. Like, no, no. This is all great. It's great news for me because I feel a lot better about Trump again. I have to get my because well, listen, people who are following this plan, we just can't stand it anymore.
Mhm.
I'm getting news that the EBS, the emergency broadcast system, is coming very, 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 very soon. That what did the hell did Cock tell me? Me and Cock have been celebrating. Yes, his name is Cock. C-O-K,
Right.
please. He is not from America. What did he say? David Wilcock. David Wilcock is very good. Approaching the grand finale. That's how we put it.
Yeah.
We're approaching the grand finale,
Yeah. We are.
which means to me, it was always meant to be this election.
Yeah. This election is very important.
Well, we all know
Going to be the
that.
start of a new life, I think.
Vance is an actor. He's no politician. You don't just put someone in. I don't know what people are thinking. I don't care. It's not even that he cursed out Trump. It's just where the fuck did he come from? Where the hell did he come from, people?
Nowhere. Rags to riches. Rags to riches. Now he's
Yeah,
a
I know.
senator. Now he's going to be the vice president. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Hillbilly Elegy. You see, I told you to look it up, but you looked up the movie. His book came out in 2016,
Ah, book. I looked up the
but it
movie.
wasn't selling, was it? Because who the fuck cared about this dude?
Yeah. I wonder how many
Who the fuck
copies he
still
actually
cares about
sold.
this dude? Anybody can tell you, yeah, let's fight for America. It's going to be great. And anybody could read a fucking speech, especially
Yes.
if you're an actor.
Hmm.
Please wake up, people. It's for your own good. Because when
Hmm.
you find out that Madonna was a high priestess and you listened to Madonna all your life and you loved her, and now she's dead because she killed or had people, she may not have done it herself. She may have, I don't know, high priestess, but she was involved with it. She knew about it. Why do all these fucking people, rich people, like, what's the other one? Voight's daughter. Voight, John Voight's daughter, the fucking sexy bitch everybody loved. It,
Oh, Angelina Jolie.
Jolie. Why do they all have these black kids
Yeah,
or kids from
exactly.
Haiti?
Hmm. Isn't that weird?
Ambrosia is a blood company.
Yeah.
Vance owns a plasma company. Am I wrong?
Mhm.
Hello? That Vance is probably gone. So something's going to happen to this, Vance. Or maybe Helen is right and Trump is double thinking it. I don't know where you got that from, Helen, but I'm very happy to hear that. Or whatever the plan was. I'm just happy it's like hopefully almost over. All right. How about Kamala wearing a $62,000 Tiffany
Yeah, I
necklace
saw
and
that.
begging for donations?
Yeah,
How do
I
you
saw
do that?
that.
But this is it.
They
This
don't
is a
care.
ploy. No,
They don't care.
Joe, they don't care, right?
No,
But the people, the good people, they care. So they're gonna put their man Kamala, man, in a necklace. She also had a Hermes belt that supposedly costs $2,000 or something, but
Jesus
she's wearing
Christ.
it because it has the H for Harris.
Oh,
Give me a
brother.
break, whatever. I don't know, Mama Helen, that freaked me out. How do you sit there begging for money with a chunk of gold on like that?
Yeah,
People could buy a house with that. I'm just saying. They could buy probably two houses or a trailer, two trailers, double wide, I'm not trying to be mean, all right? I'm really not. I'm just trying to tell you, please, just think outside the box. Don't settle on anything.
right.
And I really hate to say it, but these broadcasters are driving people mad
They
because they're
are.
telling you they get the news. So they're going to tell you what the news says. And then the news changes the next day, like this Kyle Rittenhouse. We should have brought him up too, right? How
Yeah,
could you be mad at this kid? He's a child, for fuck's sakes. He was a child when it happened. He happened to kill two people.
Mm.
Then he had to go through a hearing. The kid was scared shit. He became famous out of nowhere for protecting his own life because of the fucking media and stupid fucking broadcasters and stuff.
yeah.
And then he decides, as a young American man, which he's allowed to, eh, maybe I'm not so into Trump. Maybe he didn't like Vance. Okay? He's allowed to do that. We're all allowed to do that.
That's right.
It might not be the smart thing, but again, he's a child. And don't fucking argue with me. If your brain is not fully developed until you're 25, then you're still a child until you're 25. So what is he,
That's right.
21 now? He's
Yeah,
allowed to drink? He shot two people when he was 17. Most soldiers, most cops never did that.
that's right. I never shot anybody. And
No, my
yeah,
husband never did either. Neither did his
yeah,
brother. Neither
there
did
you
most
go.
of the
He was
cops
a
I
cop.
know.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, people.
A lot of
He's
cops don't
a
even
child.
pull
And
their
then
guns.
Omega. This is how stupid you are. I'm really saying it because you're stupid to go follow Vance because you're not thinking, oh, Trump said it, so it's gotta be. And Kyle, as a child, you're not thinking, oh, fuck him after what Trump did for him. Are you serious? Fucking people, wake up and be mature.
That's right.
Be at least be more mature than he is. I got it in my own, in our own community. And I said, well, wait a second. Because if you're like 50 or 60 years old and you're telling me that this kid did something stupid for 1 minute, as if children don't do something stupid all the time.
All the time.
I will fully admit to it. If I didn't do that stupid shit, I wouldn't be who I am today, though.
That's right.
I love you, Kyle. I think you're good. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. It's a free country. And we
I
got to
think
keep it
Kyle's a
that way.
good kid.
And no mega asshole should say otherwise.
I think Kyle's a
Fine,
good
Kyle. It's up to you.
kid. Mhm.
Fucking, I can't watch news because that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens. I was watching a couple of people the other day and I'm just like, no, stop. It's nonsense. Unfortunately, like certain people they're making a living off of this and I get it, but it's like, you know what? Do something else. Find another job. That's what I'm gonna say. And now Fungus Kamala denying her background crazy. Right, Eric. We have that in our community channel too. We have the picture of, well, Joe put up one of the father and mother, but
Yeah,
it's not them.
that might be a fake mother and father
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It is just a
Doesn't
man.
look like the father though. I looked him up. It doesn't look like the father though.
Well, the
But
one that
that's a
I put up with the whole family, that
yes.
is father and
Yeah.
mother. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they look more like that. They
Yeah,
don't, the
that's
one that
them.
I posted, it just, I don't know where those, I don't know who those
Well,
people
no,
are, but I'd
it
seen
was
it
just to
before.
make a joke. It's just to
Yeah.
make a joke
Yeah.
because we all know she wasn't
Exactly.
black to begin with.
Right.
So even, oh, Trump did it the best. I
Mm.
just watched it today. Where the hell did he do it? But he was interrupting the libtard anchor and saying, well, she can't decide what she wants to be, but I'm fine if she's Indian or black. I love him. I really do love Trump. But
I,
it's not the real Trump, guys.
I, I, you know what? I wanted to say something about that. In the beginning, because they all made fun of him, and the way he talked and moved his hands like this.
Yes.
Have you noticed that he doesn't do that anymore?
Well, you see, not that that isn't something, but I don't know if they're smart enough to do that now, but back 20, 30 years ago, they would tell, we don't like you doing that. Stop doing this. They're the preps.
Yeah.
Whoever preps Trump might have said that. It's very possible.
But he would still make a mistake and do it again anyways. Every once in a while you do it. Because it's a mannerism. You just don't just break it just
Well,
like that.
the point is the Trumps don't look all the same.
They don't.
They're That's why I'm so sad. The one that I went to see was probably not the real. I don't think any of them were. Maybe a handful of people. I don't even think it was him through his presidency.
Hmm.
But that's
Well,
yet to
he
be.
did make that one statement that these people are after me, and I might have to go into
I
hiding.
know, Joe. Believe me, I
I know.
reminded people
I
time and
know.
time again, but simple
I
things
know.
like that just don't stick for some reason.
I
It
know.
doesn't stick.
I know.
Anyhow,
That's why you got to keep saying it.
her family owned slaves. Yeah. Kamala's
Yeah.
family owned slaves.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she's in the spotlight.
Hmm.
First, it's because of the race issue. She's making it an issue again. And then secondly, because
Mm.
they want people to know where she came from. Besides the fact, and I didn't think of that about this until now, lots of Nazis, including they believe Hitler, survived and went to Jamaica. Isn't that interesting? I know that for a fact because I have met before she died. She was 100 years old, 99 when I met her, when she passed, actually. But I knew her for a few years, and she was a German from Jamaica.
Hmm.
And they had left after World War II or
Yeah, he did.
before World War II. They might have left after World War II. Wait, if she's 100 years old, no, it was World War II. That would make sense because she's the one that told me there's a lot of Germans and there was a lot of Nazis. Of course, I've read that before, but it's always great to hear it from out of the mouth of babes. 99-year-old babe, God bless her, but she passed. She passed at 99. She didn't make it to 100. Wonderful lady, though. I love older people. They know. Who is that, Darian?
No, that was Darian's friend. He always calls him Pops.
That's really
Yeah,
sweet.
everybody has to come and say hi for some reason.
I didn't hear that, but that's really sweet. All right, guys, let us say goodbye. Bye, 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 bye. Call me a boxer. Yeah, I still got it. I'm still pretty agile. I can't believe how old I am. But you see, when you're awake, and I've been awake for a long time, you actually slow aging down. It's one of the beliefs. And I'll tell you something. I look pretty young for going close to 50 here.
I know.
And it's not just the pigtails, I hope, but yeah, you haven't aged a bit in 6 years. You're
No.
still white. White hair. I'm just kidding. I can't think of a joke I was trying to, but I can't think of one right off the spot.
Darn it.
Okay, here's one. It's a child's one. So if you have any kids, what did the one eye say to the other eye? There's something between us and it smells. If you have any kids. I don't know. That came up in my head. I was trying to think.
That's a
I was
good one.
thinking of a naughty joke too, but it was a little too naughty. And then there was another one, but it's a little too long. So I was like, let's go with the baby joke. All right. We love you guys. Say
We always
goodbye,
do.
Joe. Joe.
Definitely, we
Joe.
love you.
Joe.
Bye.
Joe.
Gerald,
Joe.
can you
Joe.
hear me?